Good afternoon. This is Neil Simple Futures. It is Wednesday, March the 29th, and this is at least the third or fourth time I've done this video. I'm having fits with the technology. The audio's been recording, but the screen is not, and I just don't want to have to do this again. But here we go. And so we're going to start with the S&Ps, and to myself, I sound like a broken record. To you, you're maybe hearing this for the first time, but what I was going to show is first from the intraday view. You can see we gapped up in the overnight and then had a little bit of follow through to the upside today back in the 4060 in the ES. Remember 4057 is a yearly pivot, and so we're gaining on them. We're getting there. So then I was taking you out to a little bit higher time frame to point to, see this double top right there on the 17th. That's a double TPO if you put it on a time profile, market profile, TPO. That makes for a target. That's a weak structure. It's the inverse of what you see at the bottom of Nat Gas today, which was an excess. This is a weak structure, makes it for a target. That's 4090 in the ES, which takes the SPX to about 4060 and 65. Then right behind it, on this day, the 16th, there's a naked close at about 4111. And that too is a target. It'll be for someday, whenever, maybe this week, maybe next week, but it's a target. Remember that number up there as well. And then, since really all of this is just a repeat of everything we've already been talking about, so then when I had an idea, I would take you and show you something else, some more information, something different. So let's go look. Here's TradeStation charting, and what we're looking at, the two big boxes here, are wheat on the left and corn on the right. Here's what you want to know. This week on Friday, there's an acreage planting report. We're going to see how many acres are being planted, for beans and corn and stuff. That causes volatility. With any luck and fortune, it's going to cause this price to break and come in some because we like this space and we want to be long this space. I would love to get that first and foremost, wheat. That's number one. And then in second place, corn. And then pulling up the rear, we like beans also, but we really like wheat and then corn and then, yeah, beans, I guess. So I'm looking on the left at July wheat. We like it from down around 6.5 if we can get it. And if we don't get it on Friday, then that's fine. We'll talk about getting it first part of April. But we like this space. July wheat, 6.5. We want that. Also, next to it is December corn. We want this corn down at around 5.5, and we want to get that. No, actually, somewhere between 5.25 and 5.5. I mean, 5.5 would be the starting point. 5.25 is better. But in that range, we like this December corn, and we want it for higher as well. I'm liking the dollar index for breaking lower, which is going to bring a bid to this entire commodity complex, right? So I'm a fan of both of these. And then a little update also on crude, because we've been talking about it some a little bit. And that is that it broke and got an excess on the low down here. And from there, we're talking about, yeah, we like this back up into this range. Remember, we blocked off this range and profiled it. We had a value area low point of control and value area high. It reached up and it's touching into the value area low of this profile. It's reflected and come back on the inventories today. That makes sense. Let it come in, rest, and get some energy revived for a then retest of this value area low to try to push its way into the value area, at which point of control becomes primary focus and target, and that number is 77.5. So for it to come up and touch value area low makes sense. Pull back a little bit, kind of rest and get some energy, come back and readdress value area low, push into value, and then we attack point of control, which is 77.5. So that's the update. That's what I got for you. The on all of this, like crude and the S&P, we're gaining on them. We're getting there. It takes time. It's not there yet, but it's a process, and we're getting there, right? So going our way, things are good. We just continue the plan, and with that, I'll bid you good trading until I'm with you again. And so with that, good night.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence. This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me